I'm gonna walk you through how to get to your first $1,000 in UGC brand deals. Now, you might be a new UGC creator. You may just be a random guy who saw this video and was like, oh, maybe I can make some money. Well, I was that guy too once. To give you a little insight, what had happened with me was I was very successful in the 9 to 5 world, the job world, whatever. I was 20 years old. I made 6 figures in management for a very big company. I moved across the United States. Had a good time until I didn't. Long story short, I ended up getting into internet money, right? Started clipping, made about 4 grand, had a buddy connect me with someone who ran a UGC offer and was like, yeah, you can make 10, 20K. Now, anyways, through that, it's where I got into UGC. I didn't make 10 to 20K through this person's program, but it did turn a light on to, hey, this is possible. And I started leveraging storytelling accounts to get brand deals. So what ultimately happened was I saw someone else making these storytelling accounts, right? They're telling these bogus stories that were not real. But the comments, people were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. That shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have got fired. People are arguing with each other over what really should have happened. So I realized pretty quickly, wow, there's an opportunity here. And originally, I started doing it just to make some extra money off the TikTok Creator Rewards program. I did that. I made, I think, one video that I did, because this was in like May or June, something like that. It did like 1.3K, right? I made $1,300 off of one video. And for me, that was like, okay, clearly there's something to this. But it hit me, okay, I have videos that are, doing millions and millions of views, multiple ones, anywhere from the hundreds of thousands to literally in the millions, one with like 8 million views. Why don't I leverage this to brands to get more deals? So that's what I did. After, I'd had some success with the storytelling, I built up a portfolio. I had done some deals, or a couple of deals, but more than anything, I had made some posts for this app. And so those went pretty viral too, right? They were in the, I want to say 500,000 range view wise for each one, something like that. I can't completely remember. But because of that, not only did I have views from my storytelling account that I could leverage to get paid by that brand to post 2 posts that seemed very organic, I could then take all of those, come to brands and say, hey, look, I know how to make social media posts that go viral. You want your product to reach more people, therefore you should pay me so I can create content for you. And that's what I did. So what ended up happening was I scaled to about 5 grand in a month, right? And now this isn't just me starting and within a month I made 5 grand. I learned about UGC, what it was, community, blah, 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 and like late November of last year. Didn't really have any success with it until July, right? So that's a whole 7-8 months right there. But I built my social media skills, my storytelling skills, and realized, man, with UGC, there is a science to this. There is literally a science, and a lot of people just don't know what that is. And it makes sense. And there's a lot of probably different offers, different methods to getting UGC deals, coaches, whatever. For me, the method that I use works so well that I scaled to $5,000 in a month after I started leveraging those storytelling accounts. And then 2 weeks from this 5 grand, I ended up getting 10K in deals, right? Over 10K if you count like CPM bonuses. This is crazy, right? Because I wasn't making very much money before that, right? I had left my super good paying job, whatever, to work in suicide prevention in honor of my best friend Max, who committed suicide in 2023, and it just didn't work out. It was very miserable. I got extremely depressed. It was for a government agency, and government is just extremely inefficient. So it was really bad, and I had to restart. I literally had to come back to my hometown with my wife, or home city. I don't know, it probably doesn't matter. I had to come home, live with her parents in their basement. After being this 20-year-old who's making 6 figures, it killed my soul. And then trying to figure out how to make money on the internet ethically and morally, and then putting all of it together and then realizing, wow, it took me 8 or 9 months, actually close to a year, if you really count the clipping and all of that I was doing. And I'm like, wow, if I would have just had this roadmap, I could have cut out this, 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 and this, and it would have been this straightforward thing that's pretty attainable within 30, 45, 60 days to really be successful with this. Now, you can definitely do this too. And I'm not someone who is going to sit here and tell you, you can make $10,000 from your phone in 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's not how it works. When I had my $10,000 in deals, I was working like 5-6 hours after work just to get those deals done, right? Now, don't get me wrong, that was at the beginning. So these were the deals where you're making accounts and posting on them. So as you get more experience, then you know, it's easier, right? I have coaching and I do an offer and I'm helping people to make money themselves, but I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not going to tell you that you need to pay me so I can help you make just all this money, when in reality, you may not have it in you. You might not have that dog in you. So I'm not gonna sell you on something that you might not be able to do. That's where for me, I'm not like, book a free demo call so I can try to sell you my community, because guess what? I don't know if it's even gonna fit you, right? I want hustlers, I want people who are gonna work hard. The people in so far have been killing it because they're working hard. They know that they have to put in the work if they want to get paid, and it's fine. It's doing well for them. So it's exciting, but I'm never gonna sit here and try to tell you to buy something that you don't need or that's not going to help you, because I don't know what kind of a person you are, obviously. If you're a hustler, then definitely follow me on Instagram, Dakota__Crane, and you can keep up with some of my content there. I kind of went off track, little ADHD brain there, or ADD brain. It gets easier, right? And eventually for me, I have brands that will text me, right? They might text my personal account. They might text my, like a UGC account. Like this happened the other day where a brand texted one of my UGC accounts and said, hey, we have something that is in the realm of the post you're making for this company, same niche. It doesn't overlap, so you know, if there shouldn't be any issues there. And boom, we were good. They sent me the money up front, and now I just have to make a couple posts for them. Now, it doesn't really get much easier than that. Now, don't get me wrong, it's easy, but it's also hard in a sense of like, you don't just make a half-ass video and post it and call it good, because that would be really easy. However, brands aren't gonna wanna work with you, right? It's easy in the sense that I could be sitting in this chair, make some quality videos. It might take me a little bit, but guess what? It's fun. It's not rocket science. It's not like I'm having to sit here and freaking figure out what the Pythagorean theorem means, which I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I did fine in school, but that was a long time ago. All I'm getting at is you can definitely attain this stuff. You just have to put your mind to it. You have to want it. And if you want to get your first $1,000 in deals, that is what I would recommend starting with. Make a storytelling account, push it, and you should hopefully find some success as long as you're consistent. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to answer them and connect with you. And yeah, until then.